Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. In today's world, a catchy title can really make or break you.
It's true. I mean, it's your first impression, right? That split-second chance to grab someone's attention.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today, branding for startups.
Branding's such a crucial aspect for any startup hoping to make a splash.
But it's interesting how often it gets treated as an afterthought.
Right, especially with all the pressure on startups to grow fast and hit those big financial milestones.
It's all about revenue user acquisition.
Yeah.
Those metrics that get investors excited.
Yeah, but what's fascinating is what our sources are saying. Neglecting brand building can actually backfire.
Okay, so you're saying even though startups need to scale quickly, sidelining branding as a luxury is a risky move.
Absolutely. It's a paradox, really. Branding is crucial for long-term success.
You mean like building customer loyalty?
Exactly, and standing out in a crowded market.
Oh, and being able to command premium pricing too.
Right. But you see, when you're in that startup pressure cooker, those long-term benefits can feel far off, especially compared to the immediate need for funding and growth.
So investors play a big role in this.
They do. Investors are naturally drawn to those, measurable results, the kind that look good on a spreadsheet.
Okay, so branding impacts those results eventually,
Yeah.
but it's not always easy to quantify right away.
It's about relationships and emotional connections, things that don't easily translate to that instant ROI.
I see. So founders are feeling the pressure to demonstrate rapid growth to keep investors happy.
Yes.
But then there's this equally important need to build a brand that truly resonates with people.
It's like they're caught between a rock and a hard place,
Our sources are calling this the branding paradox trap.
and it can really distort a startup's journey.
Think about it. Most startups begin with this powerful vision, right? A purpose that drives them.
Yeah.
And that usually comes with a strong sense of brand identity.
Right. But as the need for funding grows, that initial focus can get lost in the scramble for quick growth.
So they end up sacrificing their long-term vision for those short-term gains.
It happens all the time. Our sources actually brought up Groupon as an example. Remember them?
Oh, yeah.
They exploded onto the scene with those aggressive discounts and rapid user growth.
Oh,
By prioritizing those quick wins, they actually eroded their brand value.
how so?
Customers began associating them with cheap deals instead of quality, which is tough to shake off.
Wow, that's a striking example of how this trap can play out. So startups need to grow fast, but the strategies they use can actually undermine their long-term success.
It's a tough spot to be in.
What does all this mean for founders? I mean, how do they navigate this?
It is a tough question, huh? And the good thing is, our sources give us some pretty insightful solutions.
Oh, good, because I'm sure a lot of founders get branding,
Yeah.
but they also have tight budgets and those investor expectations breathing down their necks.
Yeah.
So where do they even begin?
Well, one of the most important things, even when you're growing really fast, is prioritizing brand consistency.
So what does that actually look like?
Okay, imagine you're a customer, right? And you're interacting with a startup for the first time.
Okay.
You visit their website, maybe see an ad on social media, and then, later you contact their customer support.
Okay.
Brand consistency means that your experience across all those touch points feels cohesive.
So it's about ensuring that the startup story and values are woven into every single interaction a customer has with them.
Exactly. Every single one matters. By maintaining a consistent tone of voice, their visual style, the messaging, all of that, you can build trust and loyalty, even while scaling like crazy.
It's like building a skyscraper. You can't just throw up floors without a strong foundation.
Exactly. You got it. And another key point is aligning revenue models with brand values.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
Instead of viewing brand and revenue as separate things, right, startups should find ways to actually integrate them.
Okay.
How you generate revenue should reinforce your brand identity, not contradict it.
Oh, so you're saying that how a startup makes money should be a reflection of what they stand for. Are there any real-world examples of this?
Absolutely. Warby Parker's a fantastic one. They built their brand around social responsibility, making eyewear accessible.
Yeah.
And they've woven that right into their revenue model through their buy one, give one program.
Oh, that's a good one.
For every pair of glasses purchased, they donate a pair to someone in need.
It shows that you can be both profitable and purpose-driven. Your actions as a business really become a powerful expression of your brand.
It's about walking the walk, right? And our sources also emphasize lean, impactful branding techniques.
Oh, this is great for startups with those limited marketing budgets.
Right.
Like, what are some examples of those?
Think content marketing, community building, user-generated content.
Oh, yeah.
These can be really effective at building brand awareness without that massive spending.
Okay.
Trello, for example, leveraged user-generated content, right, and community building to create a sense of belonging around their product.
Sure.
Yeah, they essentially empowered their users to become brand ambassadors.
Oh, wow.
Super smart and cost-effective.
So instead of relying solely on those expensive ad campaigns, startups can tap into the power of their community.
And create a buzz organically?
It's not just about saving money, is it?
No, it's about creating a more authentic and engaging brand experience, one that really resonates with consumers today.
It seems like we're moving away from those traditional marketing tactics
Yeah.
and towards building genuine relationships.
Absolutely. Consumers, especially younger generations, are much more discerning.
Oh, yeah.
They can spot inauthenticity a mile away. They want to support brands that share their values.
Right. It needs to feel real and relatable.
Exactly.
So we've talked about the importance of brand consistency, aligning revenue models, and leveraging those lean branding techniques. But how does all this translate into long-term revenue?
Right. Because at the end of the day, startups need to be profitable.
To survive.
You're absolutely right. Short-term revenue is crucial, but long-term sustainable revenue is driven by something much deeper: brand loyalty.
Tell me more.
Think about it. When you really connect with a brand, right, you're not just buying their products, you're becoming a part of their story. You're more likely to make repeat purchases, to forgive those occasional missteps, and you even become an advocate for them.
Right. Recommending them to everyone.
Yes, exactly. It's about building those lasting relationships that go way beyond a simple transaction.
So cultivating a community of passionate customers who truly believe in what you stand for.
Yes, and that's where the magic happens.
Okay.
When customers feel that genuine connection, they become like a renewable energy source,
Wow.
fueling growth. And that word-of-mouth marketing,
That's powerful.
it's really about creating something meaningful, something that people genuinely care about.
So instead of asking, can we afford branding?
Right.
Startups should be asking, can we afford not to build a brand?
Because neglecting it could mean missing out on those loyal customers.
Who become the lifeblood of any successful business.
That's a brilliant way to put it. It's a fundamental shift in thinking,
Yeah.
moving away from that short-term growth at all costs mindset.
And toward a more holistic approach that recognizes the true value of building a brand people love.
I think that resonates with consumers too. People are tired of empty promises and superficial marketing.
Right.
They want authenticity,
Makes
transparency.
it align with their values
Exactly. It's not just good for business, it's good for society.
as a whole.
Precisely. And that's what makes this conversation so exciting. It's about building a better future
For everyone.
for businesses, for consumers, and for the world.
Okay, so for anyone listening who's involved in a startup or thinking about starting one,
Yeah.
what can they do to champion this brand-first approach? What are those concrete steps they can take? I think it all starts with kind of shifting your mindset. You know, instead of viewing branding as this expense, think of it as an investment
Yeah.
in building that trust and loyalty and a lasting connection with those customers.
I love that. And, practically speaking, it's about weaving your brand into every aspect of your business, from like your product development process to your customer service interactions.
Yeah.
And consistency is so key here.
It's true.
Every touch point should reinforce your brand identity.
You know, this makes me think about those early stage pitch meetings, where founders are so focused on their growth projections and revenue models.
Yeah.
But how often are they actually talking about their brand story? What makes them unique? What do they stand for?
That's such a good point. It's about telling a compelling story, one that resonates with your audience.
Right. Why should they care about your product? What problem are you solving? And how does your brand reflect those solutions?
Exactly.
It's not just about crafting a mission statement that just sits on a shelf and gathers dust.
Right.
It's about living your brand values every single day.
Absolutely. Your actions speak so much louder than words.
They do.
Customers can smell inauthenticity a mile away. So if you're claiming to be a sustainable company, but your supply chain practices tell a different story,
Right.
you're going to lose credibility.
This deep dive has really made me think about that long game. It's so easy to get caught up in the short-term pressures of, the startup world.
Yeah.
But building a strong brand is about creating something that can withstand those challenges.
I agree. A strong brand acts as a buffer during those tough times.
Right, because when your customers believe in your brand,
Yeah.
they'll stick with you through those challenges.
Absolutely. They become advocates. They spread the word. They help you weather the storm.
So for our listeners today, what's that one thing they can walk away with?
I think it boils down to this. Don't underestimate the power of a strong brand. It's not just a logo or a tagline.
Great.
It's the essence of your business.
Yeah.
It's the foundation for that long-term success.
You got it.
So invest in it wisely, nurture it, and watch it become your most valuable asset.
Such great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into branding for startups.
My pleasure.
And for all you startup enthusiasts out there, remember, building a remarkable brand is a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself, stay true to your vision, and watch your business flourish. Until next time, keep diving deep.